she's scared. What is she scared of?
I am Joe Deckelmeyer with Screen Rant. I am with Audrina Miranda, who plays Isabella Delgado in Jurassic World Rebirth, which is hitting digital on August 5th. You got a few of your own behind-the-scenes features here. One was Meet Dolores. I got to meet Dolores yesterday. She was awesome. She was clearly loved by everybody on set. What was it like performing with a practical dinosaur and seeing everyone's reaction to Dolores?
It was amazing because this is my first film, so having an eyeline like that is super cool. And when I met her, she's just so cute.
I know.
Yeah.
I wanted to take her home with me.
Right? And I feel like when she was on set, everybody wanted to see her. You know, the crew's like holding the mic, but also petting her at the same time. But it was super nice that they did that and that they had that animatronic because it looks so real.
Yeah, Garrett said that was the longest days on set because nobody would want to go home. Now, you also did In a Day at Skywalker Sound, which I loved because you got to contribute being a dinosaur vocal in the background. Be honest, how did you feel knowing that you're technically an actor in this, but also a dinosaur?
You should have seen my reaction when I heard me doing the bird noise for the first time versus me seeing myself for the first time. I'm like, that's me! With the bird noise, I'm like, oh look, it's me on the screen.
You were able to find it when you watched the film?
I was able to find it because I was really trying to remember on how it sounded that day, and then I was able to figure it out.
Incredible. Another cool feature that you did is you got to learn how to do the Foley stage.
Yes.
That looked like a blast. It almost was like a video game, like Dance Dance Revolution, kind of like. Talk to me about what surprised you about that process.
Oh, that was super cool. That was one of my favorite things because I was able to see how they made like Dolores' footsteps, and you really had to focus doing it. I really felt like I had to hold my breath the whole entire time I was trying to do it, and it's a lot of work that they put in, and just knowing that all of this goes into this film.
I know.
It's amazing.
You did such a great job. I was like, man, she's hitting every mark perfectly.
Thank you.
Now, you also had a custom handshake with David. Talk to me about how that tradition started and what it meant to you to build that vibe, that family vibe on set. And can you teach me a handshake?
Okay, so David, he is so funny, and I always say he's kind of like his character too. And we made this huge handshake, but it actually started off really easy. So it started off just like 1, 2, 3, and that was it. But over the months, it kind of kept getting longer and longer and longer. I think it's like a 3-minute handshake at this point. I'd like to say, if he's watching this, he did forget it when we did show up. A little to my chest.
Oh no.
But you know, I had to reteach it to him, but it's still super fun because we did all really build a bond. And Luna, we really do like feel like sisters, and then Manuel, he feels like my dad so much, and he steps into that dad role.
I love that. I love that. Now, from the river scenes to the cliff temples, the locations were stunning in this film. What was your favorite part about filming in Thailand, and how did shooting in practical locations enhance your performance?
I really feel like it did enhance my performances because when I'm looking around in awe, I was really in awe because it's so beautiful, and all the locations we filmed in were super nice. And I really think it was amazing that they put in all this effort to let us film on actual location instead of blue screens.
Absolutely. Now, there's a great behind-the-scene feature called Munched, Becoming Dinosaur Food. Garrett said there was almost a competition for people who had the best death scene. What was your favorite death scene in Jurassic World Rebirth?
Okay, this is hard because seeing everyone go was also really hard because even though like we didn't have as many scenes together as everybody, we all really felt like we all had a bond. And one of my death scenes that really like stuck to me was Brashear's death scene, or it was just something out of this world. Seeing like the little Quetzalcoatlus come up and be like, look at who I have. It was insane. You know, I read the script, but I was actually with Brashear for our first time watching it. And I was like, Brashear.
Oh no.
Because seeing him go, but it's just, I feel like everyone's death scene, like, it's really iconic.
I'm joined with Luna and Diego to talk Jurassic World Rebirth, arriving on digital on August 5th. If you buy or own it, you'll get the exclusive behind-the-scenes content, including your guys' wild adventures on the water in Malta and the jungles in Thailand. Now, filming on location clearly helped bring the on-screen family chemistry to life. Talk to me about building that chemistry and that bond that you had with Audrina and Manuel.
I mean, it was just like nothing I've ever experienced. Yeah, I mean, we clicked instantly. We talked about it all day, but just being so in a place that was so unfamiliar. I'd never been to Thailand before or Malta. So being in a place that was so unfamiliar to me, it really felt like I needed to familiarize myself with the people that I was surrounded with, and they made it so easy. And I think it shows itself in the movie.
It absolutely shows on screen, absolutely. Now, Gareth said that Thailand was the perfect location for Rebirth because its primal landscapes and dramatic cliffs evoking the old school Jurassic feel. What was the biggest challenge of shooting here, especially during monsoon season, and how did that energy of the location influence your experience on the film?
I mean, it really just brought everything to life, you know? Like, we were in the jungle with, honestly, like, there was a lot of crew members there, but to my memory, like, it was just like us, the camera, the boom operator, lens puller, and everyone else was like in the bushes. So it felt like a very like small, intimate crew. And, you know, it brought the stakes way higher, you know, like you're kind of in survival mode, you know, like you're here on location, it's not up to you what happens, rain or shine, like you're just here pushing through and trying to make a movie. And, you know, in this movie, you're just pushing through, trying to get to the end. So it was very nice to have that like very real sense of environment. It was cool. Incredible.
Now, there's an exclusive behind the scenes feature about filming in the Mariposa ship on Malta. David, you mentioned you loved that experience. And Luna, let me ask you, what were your memories from that shoot? And David, what made that shoot so special for you?
I mean, yeah, dude, I don't know. I think I love the water in general. So actually I'd never been in the Mediterranean before. That was my first time. So for that to be my first time to be in the Mediterranean Sea, surrounded by people that I had grown to love, and I don't know, man, just the action of it, I just feel like the practicality of actually being able to be there is what made the first Jurassic Park so successful and why it resonated with people. So I just felt like it didn't get realer than that, you know what I mean? We were really boots on the ground or boots on the water, and it was like nothing I've ever experienced.
And what do you remember from that shoot?
No, I think filming, you know, on open water is always a challenge. So remembering all of it is very clear in my brain, just hitting the marks and saying the lines, and acting while on a moving ship is very difficult. And of course, you know, we're not on a rig acting, like we're actually out at sea. And so again, just like the stakes were higher. Like it made it very, very real. And I think that really like portrays in the movie.
Absolutely. Now, the one thing I love about home entertainment releases is you could pair it up with other movies at home to do a double feature. I think it pairs great with Jaws. If you had to choose a film to pair it with, what would you pair it with that's not a Jurassic movie?
Oh man, Jaws is such a good answer. I feel like there's such a like homage to Jaws, especially when we're on the water.
I would say Jaws. Yeah.
I might.
I'd say Jaws.
Why.
Or The Goonies.
The Goonies is a great answer.
Yeah.
Goonies is a great answer.
Yeah, The Goonies maybe.
Incredible.
Back to the Future. I don't know why.
Perfect. Great double feature. Well, look, thank you guys so much for your time. You're incredible. Amazing job. Thank you.
Survival is a long shot.
That's kind of our specialty.